Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amber. Today I wanted to do the end of year book tag. I've seen quite a few other YouTubers do it recently and I have really enjoyed watching them, so I wanted to make one for my own. And so, starting right off, the first question is, any books you started this year that you wanted to finish? And I have a couple of them. So first I have Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I started this in October and I think I got like 100, maybe 110 pages in. So I really liked the plot line to this. I think it was just my mood. I was kind of in just like a reading slump at the time that I started this, and so I lost interest. I had a hard time picking it back up, but the plotline itself was really good. I honestly couldn't tell you why I stopped reading this. I really don't know. The main character's name is Mara, and her sister gets married off to a prince from a bordering kingdom, and he ends up turning out to be abusive. So she asks a witch for help, and the witch gives her 3 impossible tasks to finish, but if she finishes them, then she'll give her the means to kill this prince. But I do want to end up finishing this. Next up we have The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I started this the beginning of this month and just didn't end up reading it, but I do want to finish that one also. Then we have my reread of A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This one, I'm on page 602, and this is probably my third or fourth reread of this. I am going through and tabbing and annotating this one. This has taken me a long time. I started this, I think, in July or August, and I've just been really slowly going through this. And it's not from not enjoying it again, it's just there's so many other books that I haven't read at all yet that I've been wanting to get to, so I kind of just put that on the back burner. And finally, it's The War of Two Queens by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the last book in at least Poppy's point of view from the From Blood and Ash series. I'm listening to this on audiobook because I couldn't bring myself to read this. I don't know. I kind of just lost interest in the series at this point. I like the audiobook better than reading it, but it's still just meh. So I want to finish this. I don't know if I actually will. Next one is, do you have an autumnal book to transition you into the next season or year? And my answer to that is not really. I don't really have any fall books left that I really want to read. I have a couple Christmas books that I might read. I don't really know. One of them is The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. I don't know if I'll get to that. I've only tried reading one Lucy Score book, and I got 55 or 60% of the way through the book, and I couldn't finish it, so I ended up DNFing that, and honestly, it was forever never. I liked it, it's just I feel like for a romance book, it's just way too long. Too much not random, but just unnecessary things in it that I didn't really feel added to the story at all, and so I felt like it was, I don't know, I think that book's 500 pages long or something. Let me look. It's 588 pages on the Kindle, which to me is just really long for a romance book, but I lost interest. So I'm kind of interested in reading her Christmas book, but at the same time, I don't know. I just don't know if she's an author that I really personally care for. Another one that I was interested in is Resting Scrooge Face by Megan Quinn. This one says that it's a festive short romance about old flames and mistaken identities. After a bad breakup, Nola wants nothing to do with Christmas, especially in her quaint hometown of Bright Harbor, Maine. Infuriatingly charming and cheery, Nola's surroundings only worsen her sour mood. To make matters worse, Caleb, the boy who broke her heart years ago, is all grown up and still living in town. While doing her best to avoid him, Nola bumps into into the local mailman who gives her a mysterious letter. And when she finds that the writer is a fellow Scrooge, she can't help but feel her spirits lifting. Nola writes back to her new pen pal, who, unbeknownst to Nola, is none other than Caleb. When Caleb gets a response hand-delivered by the mailman, he's intrigued by the mystery sender. A friendly correspondence develops and quickly turns flirtatious. So that one I was definitely interested in. Yeah, those are really like the only two like Christmas ones that I'm looking into. The next question is, are there any new releases that you're excited for by the end of the year? And the two that I am really interested in is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, which comes out December 25th. That's the second book in the Letters of Enchantment series, the first one being Divine Rivals. So I am really, really interested in that one. Probably one of my most anticipated reads of the year. And then the other one that I want to read is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher, which is the first book in the Lakefront Billionaires series. It came out November 7th. Which that will be my first book by Lauren Asher. I still have the fine print that I need to read by her, but, you know, maybe we'll get to it. So this one is about a girl that comes back to her hometown, and she's like a famous interior designer, and she's helping fix up a house, and she ends up running into her childhood enemy, who happens to be a billionaire. And they end up agreeing to renovate like a historic house there to flip it and get a profit out of it. And it is a steamy small town romance. So that is one that I am really interested in reading. The next question is, what are 3 books that you want to read by the end of the year? And those ones are going to be House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second one in the Crescent City series. And I want to read this before House of Flame and Shadow comes out in January. It's the end of January, so this may end up starting in December and kind of moving on over into January, but I'm hoping to finish this by the end of the year. Next up is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. This is one that I have been putting off. I have all 3 of them. I haven't even started the first one. I've been putting this off for months. I'm pretty sure I've put this on my TBR probably 2 or 3 times this year already, and I still have yet to get to it. But I want to so bad. I don't know why I keep putting it off. This one says, 2 sisters, 1 brutal murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself, and an intoxicating romance. Amelia and her twin sister, Vittoria, are Streg witches who live secretly among humans, avoiding notice and persecution. One night, Vittoria misses dinner service at the family's renowned restaurant in Sicily. Amelia soon finds the body of her beloved twin, desecrated beyond belief. Devastated, Amelia sets out to find her sister's killer and to seek vengeance at any cost, even if it means using dark magic that's been long forbidden. Then Amelia meets Wrath, one of the wicked, who are princes of hell she has been warned against in tales since she was a child. Wrath claims to be on Amelia's side, tasked by his master with solving the series of women's murders on the island. But when it comes to the wicked, nothing is as it seems. Next up is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I have really, really been wanting to get to this one. I've seen quite a few booktubers read this recently and have absolutely loved it, like one of their top books of the year. So this one, only the extraordinary belong in the kingdom of Ilia. The elites have possessed powers for decades, gifted to them by the plague, while those born ordinary are just that, banished from the kingdom of Ilia and shunned from society. No one knows this better than Peyton Gray, an ordinary posing as a psychic to blend in with the elites. When she unsuspectingly saves one of Ilia's princes, Kai Azar, she's thrown into the purging trials, of brutal competitions showcasing the elite's powers. If the trials and the opponents within them don't kill her, the prince she's fighting feelings for will if he discovers what Peyton is, completely ordinary. The next question is there a book that you think will shock you and end up becoming your favorite by the end of the year? And honestly, again, that one's going to go to Powerless. I wouldn't necessarily say shock me, but I have a feeling this may end up being one of my favorites. And then also Ruthless Vows. Going into that, I'm not expecting it to be a 5-star for me, because I have a track record of loving the first book in a series and then not so much the second, because I get too high of expectations. So I'm trying not to go into that expecting it to be 5 stars like the first one. With that being said, who knows? The final question is, have you already started making plans for 2024? And yes, there's only 2 books so far that are on my radar, and that would be House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. That comes out January 30th, which is the 3rd in the Crescent City series. I am really looking forward to that. I wouldn't say that I loved House of Earth and Blood. I really enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. But it wasn't, I think I gave it like a 4 or a 4.25 star. And so I don't have like super high expectations for House of Sky and Breath. And I know that that one kind of focuses more on Rune. And he was one of my least favorite characters in the first one. That might be an unpopular opinion. Don't come for me for that. But yeah, I am looking forward to the 3rd one coming out. And I am looking forward to reading the 2nd one. Because like I said, I did like the book. It was hard to transition because I was binging on like the typical fantasy, and so it was weird jumping into a world that was like set more in modern times but still kind of intertwining with the rest of the SJM universe. It was just weird. It was a weird transition for me. The other one is Feybound by Sarah L. Arifi. I hope I'm saying that right. I just saw this, I think, in a video today. But that is the first in the Feybound series. That one comes out January 23rd of next year. They were the author of The Final Strife, and this is going to be a trilogy. And it says, divided by blood, imprisoned by fate, bound by desire, welcome to the intoxicating world of the Fae. Yirin is a warrior in the Elven army and has known nothing but violence her whole life. Her sister Lettel is trying to make a living as a diviner, seeking prophecies of a better future when a fatal mistake leads to Yirin's exile from the Elven lands. They are both forced into the terrifying wilderness beyond their borders. There they encounter the impossible, the Fae court. The Fae haven't been seen for a millennium, but now Yirin and Lettel are thrust into their seductive world, torn between their loyalty to each other, their Elven homelands, and their hearts. So I'm interested in that too. I'm pretty sure Wisteria, which is the 3rd in the Belladonna series, I'm pretty sure that comes out next year. That's another one that I am looking forward to. I just don't know the date on that. Oh, I lied. There's one more. The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. That comes out March 5th. That is the next book and like the final in the duology of the Stolen Heir duology. So that one I am looking forward to. I liked the Stolen Heir, just not as much as the Cruel Prince series. Yeah, other than that, I don't have any more next year that I'm aware of that I have on my radar. But that is all I have for the end of year book tag. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with all my future content, and I hope to see you in the next one.